OP discovers that her sister put her niece up for adoption after she had her son. This is posted on Best of Redditor updates. My sister had a second child and we were all thrilled for her. She lives a few states over and we haven't seen her this last year. She had one child 2 years ago with her boyfriend and the other one was born last month. Yesterday we had a family Zoom meeting to see the baby and to say hi to my other nibbling.
Nibbling.
Nibbling. We learned the word nibbling through a Reddit post, so this is hilarious.
Yeah.
We get on, family starts to load in. Everyone is basically there, thrilled to see the baby. We get to meet her new baby boy. After a bit, I asked to see my niece as well. My sister got quiet and very quietly said she doesn't have her. My aunt questioned this and I was also confused. After a few minutes, my sister said that in the beginning of January, she put her daughter up for a closed adoption because she couldn't care for 2 kids. Everyone lost it. The whole Zoom was a mess. We didn't know. We never got to say goodbye. She didn't have to do this because any one of us would have taken my niece. Fuck, I could have taken her. I've had multiple miscarriages / fertility issues, and although I am currently pregnant, I am stable, owning a home, and have the resources to have taken a toddler as well as have my baby. Important info, my sister has always also said she wanted to be a boy mom. I lost it. I called my sister a narcissistic cunt. I asked her when she'd get bored of the new baby and get rid of that one too. I asked her how the hell she could do this without reaching out to family. I know my sister and I know deep down she just didn't want a daughter. She was depressed when she found out she was having a girl, but thrilled for this entire recent pregnancy. I called her a monster for making children she didn't want to care for, like they were a novelty. I said some other things too. At this point, my grandmother is a complete mess and says her chest hurts, so I stop. My aunt, who is with my grandmother, goes to help her and turns off the camera. My grandmother ended up having a panic attack that they thought was a heart attack at first. I am so glad she is okay. My sister has since cut off all contact from the entire family. My father is pissed at me for blowing up. I was the only one who did, and says that I pushed her away. He said he could have tried to convince her to reverse it, but my verbal lashing completely ruined any chance of getting my niece back. I don't think he understands what a closed adoption means. Also, adoption takes a minute, so for her to have it completed by January makes me feel like this process was in place for a minute. I don't think there's any chance of seeing my niece again when the mother and father both signed her to be adopted. He's mad at me because now he lost his granddaughter and is afraid he'll never know his grandson. My dad thinks I'm an ass for freaking out and, quote, nearly giving my grandmother a heart attack. I'm feeling guilty that my grandmother had such an extreme reaction, but I feel that's more because she lost her great-granddaughter.
Yeah,
Am I the asshole?
Yeah, I mean, oh my, what is this? What? Is this reality? How do you just give up your kid? Closed adoption, not telling anybody? It's a very, very fair reaction. Absolutely. Like, what you're supposed to just say, oh, that's cool.
I'm happy for you.
Congrats.
Glad you got your shit together.
Who does that? You gave away a 2-year-old? She had one child 2 years ago with her boyfriend, and the other one was born last month. So 2-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
I have never heard of something so disgusting.
Yes.
But
there are sick people in the world. I don't even agree with this actually, when it comes to pets.
Yeah, like, I guess, but it's kind of that thing of like, honestly, you know what? It's pretty messed up from this perspective, but like maybe that kid is in a way better place. Like if you have a mom,
she's probably better off.
If you have a mom who's willing to give you away for adoption after 2 years, who's depressed finding out she's a girl and was so obsessed with being a boy mom, and then she gets a boy, like maybe that kid will actually be better off with an adopted family. But it is so sad that you tore them away from the rest of the family. Yeah.
I feel like there needs to be something in place for when people have kids. Like, you can't, I feel like
there's laws and stuff in place. There's a whole like governing system.
No, I feel like certain people shouldn't be able to have kids. Like this person. You can't just have a kid because you want a boy specifically. You shouldn't be allowed. You should not be allowed. You're rolling the dice and praying, hoping, crossing your fingers for a boy, and then you're gonna have a girl, raise her until she's 2 years old and then give her up for adoption because you didn't want a girl. That is the most messed up thing I've ever heard.
Very messed up. Yeah. No, 100%.
Like, how could we have prevented this?
You can't.
I know.
There's a lot of things in life you can't prevent.
I know, but that's what I mean. Like, this is you're hurting somebody who didn't ask to get born, who has no say. She's 2. She was younger than 2 when she was put up for adoption because that was in January, they said.
Yeah. I just keep thinking that, like, maybe she's better off. Like, if you're with a mom so terrible.
Yeah, I do think so, but
maybe it was the best thing. Maybe it was.
I mean, maybe, but I think...
She won't remember any of it. It's not like she's trying to give away a 12-year-old.
Okay, this might be dumb, but what is the difference between... Like, if you put a baby up for adoption, they go to a family... Like a specific family. Like, what is the difference between the foster system?
Foster system is like they go into the government system, and the government will put them in foster houses, and like they will go in there, and then maybe they bounce around.
Adoption is more expensive.
Yes, I think, but like it's permanent. Okay. Fostering is temporary. Like the kid could come in and you'd be like, this kid doesn't mesh with my family. Here, government, take him back. You'll go back to like a halfway house and stuff. Adoption is like you are 100% taking that child in your home. You are now signing on to be the parental guardian for them permanently. There's not really any undoing an adoption.
I see. Okay. So there is an edit that says, I've contacted local CPS for my sister's area, local courts, and I have a lawyer looking into it for me, starting tomorrow as I just obtained him. Thank you for the helpful comments pointing out the issues with this. Especially thank you to those in social work who reached out to me privately. I didn't realize how many options I had to fight this or to see if it was legit. I'll update when I find more from my lawyer. Lots of people commenting this is fake. I really wish it was. This has been a nightmare. Thank you again to those with helpful suggestions and feedback.
Okay.
Then there's another update that says, I am pursuing legal custody, and due to this, I will not be providing any more updates. My lawyer recommended this. The kids come first, and I can say a few things. 1, they found her. The adoption process started a year ago in silence as a private rehoming. It was explained to me that we could fight it as they skipped steps in the process. 2, my sister told them she had no family / the family she does have is abusive. There was abuse on our mother's side, but they are long dead now. 3, there's an open investigation into my sister already for her son because of the way she surrendered custody of her own daughter. 4, I'm going to temporarily move into an apartment in that area so I am close by in case CPS takes custody of my nephew. It was explained that this was the only way I could actively fight for custody, by being available and close.
Oh, that's good. Wow, making big steps, like relocating yourself, being like, hey, this is a really big priority for me to get custody of my niece, that I'm going to move apartments. Even though I'm pregnant, I'm going to move apartments so that I can be close by. Wow.
That is
huge heart.
An amazing person.
Absolutely.
That's crazy. So there is another update that she made in another new post, and that post is titled FTM, first time mother, assuming. My mother-in-law just informed us she had a full-blown nursery for our baby, and I'm unsure how to react to it.
Huh? We're switching steps here.
I am 6 months pregnant with my first after multiple losses. My mother-in-law just informed my husband that she wouldn't be getting anything for us for the baby shower because she's setting up her own nursery. She is using his old crib, which my husband originally thought we would get. I'm fine with not getting his old crib. I'd rather buy a new one. We may be getting custody of my sister's children as well. And mother-in-law made it clear that they wouldn't be welcome, but she had a room for my future child. She sent pictures and her nursery is almost completed while we didn't start ours. Honestly, it's gorgeous. We just bought a house and we are saving for the possibility of taking my sister's children. We aren't going all out on a nursery. We are being frugal and mindful with it. Meanwhile, she clearly spent thousands of dollars already. It's just so odd that she's doing a full-blown nursery. I'm a bit confused to why she's doing this. She doesn't talk to me too much, so she doesn't know I plan on exclusively breastfeeding for a little bit and attachment bonding. Frankly, I don't think my child would be spending the night till after 6 months. I'm unsure how to react to this.
That's That's interesting. I mean, okay, mother-in-law they're one thing, but like if she wants to spend thousands of dollars setting up a nursery in her home for her son's kid, like I don't really think there's anything wrong with that.
Well, the thing is, she doesn't want contact with them.
But then she says, what? What do you mean?
The mother-in-law doesn't want any contact with them.
What are you talking about?
Right? Wait.
She said mother-in-law made it clear that they wouldn't be welcomed.
Yes.
Like her sister's kids.
No. I don't think so.
We may be getting custody of my sister's children as well, and mother-in-law made it clear they wouldn't be welcomed, but she had room for my future child, her grandchild.
Wait, why?
Basically, any adopted kids that aren't my son's kids, but I don't want them at my house. I'm not taking care of them. I'll take care of my blood grandchild, but not an adopted grandchild.
Oh, mother-in-law. Guys, I'm a little bit slow. Okay, my bad. I didn't realize that this is another side of the family. I thought this was her parents saying that, like, because they were pissed off in the other story because she blew up and it was her OP's fault.
Right. No, this would be her husband's mother.
Okay. I see.
So if my mother-in-law wants to create a nursery in her home for when the kids come to visit, I'm like, spend as much money as you want, do what you want, but there's very big holes here because you're like, hey, well, they're not, the other kids, if you adopt are not welcome, but your future child is welcomed. Well, right there, my future child will never be at your house then.
Spend your money.
Spend as much money as you want. Do whatever you want, but they'll never be one of my babies going into that room. Because if you're not allowing for my adopted family to be, like, if you're not going to treat my adopted family the same way that you're going to treat your blood grandchild, you're never going to get to see your blood child.
Yeah.
And then also she says, she hasn't even talked to me or anything because I plan on like breastfeeding and she won't be there until 6 months. So it's like, why are you going through all of this without even proper communication? Like, I would have nothing wrong with spending $100,000 on the room for the grandchild.
$100,000.
There is no limit. Whatever. You're bougie, rich, whatever. Like, you spend all the money that you want to set up whatever things that you want in your house for when your grandchild comes to visit. But the fact that there's like no communication or anything, like, you don't really need a nursery if they're not going to be there until 6 months.
Exactly.
Like, you don't need a whole setup and everything. Like, if you have a room and you want to paint it, cool. But like, there's a huge plot that you're missing and there's like no communication, and that's where it's like you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
I don't even like you anymore.
So one of the comments states, assuming your sister's kids might be in your custody, they'd be raised as or nearly as siblings, correct? Imagine how, quote, grandma wants the one but the other ones can't come over. That plus you are going to be attaching to your own loved one via breastfeeding and all that. She can't breastfeed for you, nor are there plans to enable her. If you do choose to put your loved one on formula, that's not necessarily bad. I just wouldn't tell her. Blended families are always complicated, and her cutting out these other kids shows she's not up for a blended family, which is the way that yours is. And OP replies, yes, chances are we will be getting full-time custody. I'm not okay with how she's been treating the expansion to our family. She's a first-time grandmother as well, and she's already rejecting the other 2 kids we will have. I don't want them growing up thinking they are less than the youngest child simply because of who birthed who. I want them to feel equally loved and respected. I'm going to bring that up to my husband as a major concern.
Oh man, that's tough. She's in for a tough time. I hope her husband backs her up, but yeah.
So that is all the updates we have on at least like the first story. Some closure there that she is likely getting custody of both kids, which is amazing.
Yep.
I hope that person rots in hell. Her sister.
Yeah, I'm not here for that. That's not cool. Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
All right.
Over to you.